Hello people and welcome to Masters Arena. In this video I'm going to be teaching about the basics of sword and shield combat. The video is going to consist in three main parts. Firstly, we're going to be looking at the physics of this game. So what behavior does the sword and shield have? Secondly, how does the game calculate the damage for the sword and shields? And lastly, we're going to be talking about the main point of this video, the stances. So just as I said, we're going to be diving right into the physics. So your sword is going to do all the damage, but did you also know that your sword can actually block hits? This is going to be relevant for the two-sword combat that I'll be making soon. So, as you already know, you can block with your shield, but did you know that you can actually do damage with it? So now we're going to be talking about how does the game calculate the damage of the sword. The first thing you need to know is that the damage that your sword does, it's not based on your speed. It's based on the waving and the relative speed to your body. So if I just dash straight with my sword staying still, I won't be doing any damage. I need to move the sword to actually make some damage. As a bonus, dealing damage while dashing does more damage. So another thing to take into account is the part of the body that you're hitting with your sword. The legs do the least damage, the torso does a medium amount of damage, and the head does a bonus amount of damage, as you can see in the following videos. So what are stances? Let's say it's just predetermined ways we face our enemies. I'll put an example. The first stance I will be teaching is this one, over your own shield. The purpose is to go over the enemy shield and poke their head for that sweet bonus damage. The other stance I will be teaching is the below your shield stance. In this stance, your main focus is to cut the toes or legs of your enemy. You should be using them according to what the enemy is doing. So if they're exposing themselves too much on the head, you will go for the first stance and poking their heads. If you see they're very well defended and they know that you're going to hit their head, you may as well duck a bit and go for their feet, protecting your own head in the process. You never want to hit the chest unless they're very open. They have a shield in their head and then you can hit the chest, okay? But normally you want to cut the feet or hit the head. With your shield, you're going to be expecting the weapon of your enemy in place. You do not want to parry, so if you know your enemy is trying to poke your head, you may as well raise your shield and go for the feet, for example. Oh, shit. If you see your enemies just hitting you from below, you may duck a bit, protect your legs, and go for the head. So guys, those are the basics. Now I will be switching to first person so you can know how to put your hands in these stances. Okay, so now I'm going to be teaching the first stance. We're going to have our sword over the shield, and our shield will be protecting the side that the enemy is trying to hit. Let's say that our enemy is going in the lower stance and they're trying to hit us from below. So we're going to cover below, dash and poke the head over the shield of the enemy, like this. Every time we want to block, we should be using the active ability of the shield that extends the hitbox so you don't get hit as easily. If I see that the enemy is trying to hit my head too, I can try to block up and go over their shield, but this leaves me open. Normally, when a person is trying to hit my head, I will try to go lower, block upwards, and go into the lower stance, dashing into their feet. So it's really important to know that you need to dash every time you want to hit someone. You will get a bonus damage and you will be harder to hit. So to end the video, I will be giving you a tip on how to kill enemies with low health. What you want to do is use your shield and your sword. As you know, the shield does damage. So instead of actually blocking, you can dash and hit with both the shield and the sword at the same time. So they want to block when they're low on HP. So if you hit with both at the same time, it will be harder for them to block both of them. Thank you for getting to the end of this video. This is the first video of a long series I'm going to be posting about PvP in Battlegrounds. So if you like what you see, you may subscribe and click on the bell so you get notified every time I post a video. I hope you like the video and see you on the next one.